Alrighty. Hello, hello, hello. Good afternoon, folks. This is not the time that I normally stream during the day. Usually I go much later on a Saturday evening. But I've gotten a lot of comments that are folks saying that it is too late for them and they actually are not available to watch and to hang out. So I decided I would do something a little bit different and do something a little bit earlier in the day. So just moving around a microphone. There we go. Sorry for the noise. Hello, folks. I'm gonna put my iPad to sleep so that I'm not getting any messages there. So, hi, happy Saturday. Happy follow-up to a stream that I did a little while ago. Would have been, what, 2 weeks ago, I think? Something like that. In which we built this set, which is set 75421, Darth Vader's Smart TIE Fighter, or TIE Advanced, if you will. And the initial idea that I had for that stream was that I wanted to compare it to the original Darth Vader's TIE, because that is a set that I have from my childhood. And here's my original Darth Vader minifigure from way back when, who I've upgraded with this little black lightsaber, which I think makes it look a whole lot better. So I wanted to do a comparison, but I kind of ran out of time, and so all we got to do was build this set, the Smart Play set, and experiment with this, our Smart Play brick. Which I've had a lot of time to sit with and live with and ruminate over. So I have a lot of thoughts about this that I'm happy to talk about. But I also I did want to do what we did originally, and I keep gesturing to this right here because inside this box I've actually laid out all of the parts to the 2009 Darth Vader set as well. So I got a little cheeky with that, and because this box slides on and off so nicely, I have the ability to do that. So we're actually building this set today. This is set 8017. It is officially called, I don't remember, Darth Vader's TIE, I think. And we're going to try to do two things today. We're going to try to build this set and try to retrofit a smart brick into it. And then the second thing we're going to do is this set right here, the Smart TIE. I found some instructions on Rebrickable that somebody made for cleaning up this back area and making it look a little bit less like a gaping hole in the back of the set while still retaining the functionality. So we're going to try both things today, and we're going to try to compare them to one another and see how they stack up. So without further ado, I think I'm going to open this up and pour out all of our pieces. There we go. Toss that box to the ground for the second time in this month. And dump all these out. Now we're doing this the old school way, because if you didn't know, this set came out before there were plastic bags in Lego set. Well, sorry, let me say that again because I messed that up. This set came out before there were numbered plastic bags in Lego sets. So we're doing this the original style of just dumping them all out. And actually, the instruction manual here shows that they don't drop them on the grass. I guess you could stack them together on a table if you'd like, and then they want you to sort all of them. I guess we can sort all of these loosely. We could kind of do plates, etc. Oh, here's the original lightsaber, just so that our Darth Vader here is thematically correct. So we'll put him here, put our TIE Fighter there. Hopefully, if you're watching this in vertical in the shorts feed, hopefully you can kind of see everything decently well. I'm going to part the plastic C's here, and we'll start building right here in the middle. So yes, build our Darth Vader. We've already built our Darth Vader, and now we can get started on the TIE Fighter. I have some very fond memories of this set. I did get the set when I was literally a child, and so, you know how it is with the sets that you grew up with. You're always going to be a little bit, I guess, extra fond of them, and you're always going to have maybe some rose-tinted memories. So I'm very curious to see how this actually holds up against a modern set. I expect a couple things. I expect this to be way bigger than that set, obviously. I was just recently showing my wife, well, I just recently built a new display cabinet that has a bunch of my LEGO Star Wars sets in it, of course. Let me grab a brick separator. Okay, I'm back. So yeah, I just recently built a new display cabinet to house a bunch of my LEGO Star Wars sets, and so I was showing my wife a bunch of my TIE Fighters that are up on display, and I was talking about the 2022 TIE Fighter, I believe it is. It's the one that it came out and everyone was all up in an uproar because it was small. It was super small, especially compared to the Nimbin one that had come out many years, or a couple years before that. And people were pretty outraged at how small it had gotten, the shrinkflation that was on display there. But then I compared it. Actually, if you compare it against the TIE Interceptor that came out a few years later, it holds up quite nicely. The two of them are very in scale with one another, which, while maybe disappointing for fans who had been, collecting sets from before, who already had a fleet of TIE Fighters, that's a bummer. But at least the folks who started with the base one had some continuity, so that was good. And then the hilarious part was comparing it to this right here, which is just absolutely dwarfed by the set that everyone had once said was way too small. So I think that's funny. And I expect that this, which is the original version of this TIE Advanced, is also going to dwarf the others. And I still haven't decided if I'm going to put this one up on display yet, because I don't know if I really have the space in my display cabinet for it. It is pretty tight in there, and I do have a lot of LEGO Star Wars sets to potentially put on display. So we'll see. The other thing that's interesting about this set is that it's where I got all of these tiles from, and you can see this one is severely sun damaged. Just from time. I had this set built for a long time. I wonder if we can line up all of the sun damaged pieces so that they all, are like continuous. Continuous? I've been searching for that word for a while. I keep trying to use it in context and it keeps not working. Did I build all of this wrong? I think I built all of this, yes, too far back. Or too far forward, as the case may be. Oops, nope, no. Piece down. Uh-oh, and I have a beige carpet, too. Let me put these down real quick. See if I can find that. Ooh, it's gonna put up a fight to be found, isn't it? Uh-oh. I've lost a piece. Where'd you go? Oh no. Well, that's not a good start to things, is it? I really don't see it. Please bear with me. I don't normally like long silences, so I'm gonna talk to fill the air, which is what I do in real life too. But this is, where the heck did it go? Since I know you obviously can't see me because I'm underneath the table, just know that I'm fully like under the table. In the area where I'm pretty sure I saw it bounce. Am I being silly? Bounce somewhere else? Oh, there it is. Okay, well now, having completely disrupted my studio space here, I have found it, and it had bounced literally all the way across the room. Ooh, and now I'm sweaty. So you go here, but then this actually goes up all the way here. That makes a little bit more sense, I suppose. I do suspect that this is going to be a trickier build than I am used to in a minute, because they don't highlight the new pieces anymore like they used to. Or sorry, they don't highlight the new pieces at this point, which they do now. So you look at this and you have to just kind of play a game of spot the difference. I think it's these. I think these are added. And then if I go back and if I have any pieces left over, because I parted this out exactly, which means that I have the exact number of pieces here that I need. I should not have any extra pieces, literally any at all. And if I do, I'm in trouble. Here it is, right under my nose. The whole time. I remember this set being extremely sturdy when I initially built it. Although I remember the wings being much less. So like this set is very tiled off, especially on the wings, not in the back. We don't talk about the back. But this original one is very studly, which was the style at the time. Lego has kind of changed its aesthetic over the years. From what used to be, it used to take pride in the amount of studs that it had on it. There used to be something that was quite evident. Light gray cylinder. There we go. And now everything's tiled off, and yet, at the same time, fans are upset that things aren't tiled enough. Which, you know, maybe there's a time and a place for that. Like UCS sets are probably fine to be all tiled off, but I do wish that the play sets embraced what they were a little bit more. And that's actually something that I do really enjoy about the TIE Fighter set, is this little side build. This is goofy. This is just a plate with some figures and some terrain on it. And you might look at this and be like, man, that's stupid, but it reminds me a lot of Lego of old. It's something that I've been thinking about doing a video on for a while, is like, hey, I know we're all crapping on this old set. Sorry, I know we're all crapping on this new set for having little bits, but we also complain about the lack of playability in Lego these days. Maybe we should just appreciate it for what it's bringing back. That's also been the most interesting thing, and I might talk about this again later, but the most interesting thing to me about the Smart Play is that I brought it to my work. I brought this set with the brick and everything to my work, and I let folks just mess around with it, just play with it for a little bit, all grown adults, actually all grown men specifically, And every single one of them was like super stoked about it. They all thought it was one of the coolest things that they'd seen in a long time. And there's a podcast that I listened to that also, when the brick was announced and shown off at CES, which is the Consumer Electronics Show back in, what, January? Or was it the end of last year? I can't remember. They all thought that it was super cool. Like, the tech in it is fascinating, and I agree with that. So one thing that I would be interested to see with Smart Play is how it actually sells amongst folks who are not Lego fans. Because don't get me wrong, I've seen the memes about the stock and how everywhere it is on clearance and it's going out of stock. Or sorry, it's not being sold. Literally the opposite. So I know that it's not doing especially well. But people still think it's cool. Maybe it's a price thing, honestly. Because, yeah, they're very expensive. I actually don't see any black 2x2 plates. I'm wondering if I missed those. Thankfully, I know I have a bunch of 2x2 plates here. And so I'll just grab this one and carry on from there. One of the things that bugs me about modern instruction manuals, at least the digitized versions, is that they have a really hard time differentiating between dark bluish gray and black. And that is something that this set actually doesn't really seem to struggle with, although sometimes it is hard to see some of those darker pieces. But that's why we have zoom in. We have modern technology, modern solutions to modern problems. I guess I wish they did slightly higher resolution upscales. Sorry, higher resolution scans for some of their instruction manuals, but you know, beggars can't be choosers. That looks like another 1x2 or 2x2 in black. Makes sense that there's a lot of those in this TIE Fighter. Okay. You guys are gonna have to let me know as well if I miss any steps or any parts, because I'm just kind of doing my best. Wait. Oh, I put this all the wrong way. So if this is like this, then these go up here. And this actually goes elsewhere. Maybe I'll have to break out one of my old style brick separators, specifically to separate these old bricks. And then, is this a flick fire missile in 2009? Yeah, cool. That's fun. There we go. Okay, so comparing for size, we're already a little bit bigger. I sense that is not going to be a fair comparison as we continue on. As we go along our way, as they say. I'm pretty confident that I have all these pieces. But I don't see the one I'm looking for. Actually, I don't see either of the ones I'm looking for. I'll need one of these. You know, I probably should have double checked that I would have all of these pieces in advance. I thought I did, but maybe not. Well, that's okay. I have the bins for them, so we can find our pieces. that I need? I need a 2x2 in light bluish gray with a single Technopole, like that. And then I need the opposite of that, which is a pin, which is not in this bucket. Let's see. Maybe it's in here. This is indeed bricks of roughly that size. Oh, no. You know what it is? I stored it with my car parts because it is often used as an axle. It was a fun little moment where you guys get to see a bunch of the behind the scenes of how I store things. Hopefully it's fun anyway. Great, so we'll pull this out of here. And then if we need more of those pieces, we can certainly pull them out. This is how I store a bunch of car-related parts. Because they're all so granular, for lack of a better word. Okay. Back to it. Oh, I need another black 2x2. I will say I'm very grateful that you guys cannot see my face right now because I'm very, very sweaty. It's very hot up here in the Northeast, and I have to turn off my air conditioner for the sake of the audio. So we're sweltering just a little bit, but that's okay because we're also having a good time. Bridge this. I'll pop this here. Need another black 2x2. For reference, this is how I store all my other parts. So these are 2x2 plates, and those live in a big shelving unit that is off to that side. If you're interested in how I store my pieces, I have a long form video up about that I'm sure you could find. Although, honestly, I'm thinking about doing another one because I have just so many new parts that I have to sort that it'll be a good stress test to make sure my system works. And then another missile. Boop. Super fun to see spring-loaded, or sorry, flick-fire missiles in 2009. There we go. Yep, we're scaling nicely. Okay, we'll set this off up here. It's interesting to me how many of these textured bricks they use for a set that ultimately you're not going to see a whole lot of them. Like this here. This. They live on the inside, but it adds a fun little bit of, like, I don't know if immersion is the right word. But it all feels very technical, even on the inside of the build. Oh yeah, these pieces are dirty. I'm gonna have to give those just a little bit of a scrub at some point. Just those. This big plate here. Like I said, this was one of my childhood sets, so you'll have to be a little bit forgiving of the quality. But I always like to say that Lego is intended for play. It's intended for kids. We just play in the same sandbox. We have a good time. But these sets are meant to be... I just recently had a friend donate quite a large collection of Lego to the Brickstorian cause, which is very appreciated. And a lot of it is very dirty. A lot of it needs some heavy, deep cleaning. But that's just kind of the way of things, because it's meant for kids, and they played with it as a kid. So good. It was an honor to clean it. And also a challenge, but that's fine. 2x3. Where might a fellow find a 2x3? Am I out? Oh no, here it is. Aha, I did foresee this. Interesting thing too is I found a bunch of the sticker pieces from my original set, which is awesome because I don't have to buy new ones, but they're a little bit grody, and I don't think I found all of them. I've told this story before, but I have, at my parents' house, when I grew up and eventually moved out of there, I took all of my Lego with me, except there was one box that I couldn't find that has a bunch of my, well, ironically, a bunch of my coolest parts. So, for example, that's where my 2008 Captain Rex, his helmet ended up, was in there, and I've got a Ventress minifigure that's in there. I've got a Kit Fisto minifigure that was in there. I've got a Rod of the Hutt from the 2008 ATTE set, all of which are there, and so that's fine. Someday I will find it, and it will be a moment of immense victory for me. Victory's the wrong word. That's not right, but I will be very happy. Yeah, these tiles are in rough shape. Maybe someday I'll replace them just to have, like, the pristine vibes of an adult collector, but, you know, Darth Vader's TIE is an old ship. It's all Star Warsy and crummy, and you know how the Star Wars vibe. So we'll just say that it's weathered. That's the word I was looking for, not crummy. Weathered. And then this whole thing pops onto this. Ooh, is that a clip for a lightsaber storage? That's very cool. Oops, broke that. There we go. Oh, it's because I never added a 1x4 down there. Okay, fix that right up. So just as our routine size comparison here, there's the two of them side by side in terms of the body. This one's got a good handle to it. It feels good to hold. Which actually is something that I will give that set credit for as well. It feels good to swoosh around. They added that little handle at the back there for the swooshing and for the blasters. Feels good, man. Okay, are these all getting stickers? Yes. So, which stickers are these getting where? This looks a lot like this sticker, so we'll pop that there. Then these ones just look like blank stickers. So that we shall do. Not blank stickers, blank tiles. You know what I meant. Okay. And then yes, this is how you, whoa! Yeah, well, quick fire missiles work. Thankfully that one didn't bounce all the way across the dang apartment. Slots right back in there. Excellent. Now, the cockpit. The pit of sitting and flying. That's one of my outtakes of the year. Is that another black? Did I really miss this many black plates? That's wild, as they say. Oh, my sticker placement also. Not amazing when I was 9 years old. But if you're mad about it, remember that you're getting mad at a little kid. At a little baby. And that really just... This just sits in the middle there? Okay. Interesting that this actually didn't have that. Because even the old TIE Fighters, or even the medium-aged TIE Fighters, like the 2020s one that I was talking about, even that one has this printed piece on the top. It's pretty insane that this one doesn't. That looks super cool. Add our little TIE blasters to the front. And we clip this on. Like so. Okay. So there's our two facades. I wonder which one people prefer in terms of the cockpit piece. If they prefer this one that folds down and is generally smaller and more sleek, or if they prefer this classic one that folds up. I don't know which I prefer. They both kind of serve the same function. I guess I like that you can see into this one from the sides. Like you can see through it. But I don't think you can do that on a TIE Fighter. You know, I was going to say a real TIE Fighter. On a TIE Fighter in universe. So maybe that's inaccurate. I'm not as much a fan. I don't know. Excuse me. I am sick. I don't know if you've been able to hear me sniffling this whole time, and if anyone's shouting at the screen because it's obnoxious. Oh, I found these pieces that I was looking for earlier. Now I feel silly. Hopefully my sniffling and general sickly vibes are not too bad, not too agonizing. Oh, one of these. And then I think these long boys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, interesting. Is this piece too long? Did I grab too big of a piece? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Uh-oh. Skedios. That means I need a bigger plate. That's rough. Or sorry, smaller plate, actually. I need what is that, a 5 by 12? Oh, that's a very specific plate size. Is that this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yes. I need 2 of these. Well, this is why I store plates like this. Just for reference. Plates. Those are all my biggest plates. And then I have smaller plates, obviously stored differently. Who knows? Maybe we'll still need these big pieces. So I'll leave them off to the side there. This will just boop. No, wait, this isn't. Wait, hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12. Oh, so I just need the smaller ones. Boop. And boop. Yikes. Those are some yellowed pieces. I might just get new tiles specifically for this. Am I not going to have enough of these tiles? Is something to flag. Is that getting a sticker? Yes. It's getting on one of these. Nope, I'm putting that too far up. And then this goes on like that. And then we grab more of those tiles that I definitely do not have enough of. Okay. That's fine, I have a whole bit of tiles as well. I mean, best laid plans of mice and men, right? We're going to end up with enough tiles. Oh, and look at this. Some of these are gloriously sun damaged. So we could put all these together. Look at that. All right, great. We'll put this over here, just to the side, because we'll need more. For this, we're putting these together, and then this one, I think, needs a long one. Because it needs to cover 1, 2, 3 plates long. I'll grab a normal plate for this. Yeah, there's so many of these textured bricks. I think that's fun. Oh, uh-oh, there was another one to add. It's one of the shorter ones, though. Put another gloriously sun-damaged one. Oh, my wife's gonna make so much fun of that. That's gonna be fun. She didn't realize that Lego did get sun-damaged. Or maybe she didn't understand the extent to which it does. Because we were sorting pieces recently, and she goes, "Are these meant to be the same color?" I said, "Yes. Sorry." Put that too far up. It is pretty impressive, and I'm thinking about doing a long form. I'm a little bit behind on my next long form video. I'm thinking about doing something relating to sun yellowing. The only problem is that for that video, I require a UV meter. I need 1x2s from here. And UV meters, as it turns out, are kind of insanely expensive. So I thought I was going to be able to get one for like, I don't know, let's just say less than $50. And it turns out, no, they're between $200 and $500. Which is nutso bagutso. There's our first tie wing, and yep, that's much bigger. Make this one the slightly neater side. Or not. I foresee this bit getting a little bit repetitive here, because there's so much. We're doing so much of the same thing, just like building wings. Including this, we got the correct amount of all these hinge parts. At least I believe so, yes, we do. I feel like that would be quite tricky to locate if I couldn't. How are we feeling about the music, by the way? I was bummed because found out that for the last couple streams that I've done, the music was completely unfindable. But this music is by Lo-Fi Cafe, and it's just a vibe. Something I'm now wondering is if we made the right call trying to do this a little bit earlier in the day. Because nobody seems to be available, or at least interested. That's okay. We do this for the love of the game. Oh my god, just do it again. Okay. Well, let's pop this on this bad boy in the meantime. There's wing number 1. Whoa, look at that color discrepancy. But the good news is, there's a lot of space in here for us to potentially hide a smart brick. I think we might be able to store it in there somewhere. Or actually, what if we did it? Oh yeah, we could do it right there. That could be fun. Okay, we'll burn that bridge when we get to it. Bring these all in here, and then we'll go back. I wish that they would tell you when you first start. Maybe they do? Yeah, I guess they do, and I just can't read. They do tell you that you're building 2 of them. Well, I guess I'm allowed to be a little bit silly. Oof, yeah, look at the sun damage on that. Ooh, and this one's also crushed. Oh, I didn't notice that. Look at this dent here. I don't know if you can see that. That's kind of crazy. I hope that everything still clutches to it like it's supposed to. And our big but not too big piece here. With our long but not too long tiles. Let's just see if this... Yep, that works just fine. It's just cracked in on the side supports. There we go. And then the littler one. Wow, I was very short on the number of tiles I needed. Oh well. There's a weird part of me that sometimes like personifies Lego pieces, and so I like to imagine that some of these pieces that are in here and have been in here for a really long time just haven't felt loved. And so now they get to be used. And I bet that's very exciting for them. I don't think I have the stickered one for this, so we will have to rock without it. Yeah, unfortunately. Unless I could dig that up somewhere. This will have to be stickerless. Which, you know, some Star Wars fans prefer. I just recently found out that there are some folks who intentionally simply don't put stickers on their sets because they don't, care about the added detail and find the process so frustrating that it's just not worth it to them. And that's interesting. I can't say that I am one of those folks, but I have thought about it before on certain sets where it's just like, okay. Oop, that's a stickered piece from something else. But here's one that's nice and sun damaged, so I know it's for this set. Wahoo! This, by the way, is how I store my plates so that I don't have to deal with them being stuck directly on top of each other, as I store them one off grid. That way they can stick together, but they don't stay stuck together in a way that is unreasonable to get to pry them apart, which is what I hear is the biggest issue folks run into when they're trying to stack their plates and store them properly. This goes on this side. There we go. And again. Another. But you can tell we're kind of coming to the end of this one because we're running out of pieces. Another shorty. And then comes the fun part of modifying and altering. I think this goes on like this side. Choo choo choo. Yeah, like, when are you ever going to see these textured bricks? Never, but doesn't look like they're there. You know what? I have so many of these dark bluish gray 2x2s left over. I wonder if that was... I grabbed the dark bluish gray ones instead of black. That's something I would do. This one goes like this. And there's that side. Let me open this up. Let's see, where's our Darth Vader? I think you have to take his cape off for this. And his lightsaber off. Which is something that I actually thought was fun about the new version, is that they gave him a little mini cape. So that he could still sit inside the set. Boop. I'm going to close this down. I think we can, yep, store his lightsaber on the underside here. No lightsaber storage on the new one. I think, right? Unless I'm being unfair. Nope. No lightsaber storage on the new one. Okay, and then these are all the pieces. Remember, flashback to earlier in the stream when I said there will be no leftover pieces. But here we are. This is fine. We will deal with that all later. I'm also going to intentionally toss those on the floor with the hopes of remembering to not step on them. Okay, so now let's talk comparison between the two of these. And this is a rough comparison. Obviously, this one's a lot bigger. It's still decently swooshable just by the nature of this grab handle in the back, while this one has the grab handle that's intended to be used with this. This one really feels like swooshability was in mind, was an intentional design choice, versus this one just feels like I'm still sick. One more. This one feels like it was just a feature of the design. This has some play features in these flip-fire missiles. Obviously, this one's play features are the smart brick. But now let's address that elephant in the room, because I think we can actually do something quite simple here to make this smart brick compatible. Let's wake up our brick. We kind of have a couple options. I think that this spot right here is going to be the best place for it. We can either place it down and replacing these two pieces, or no, I think that's it. Although, of course, we could dig down deeper into this. Get a little bit more creative with it. Oh, we still need the smart tile from our older version. Yeah, here's Darth Vader with that little mini cape that I mentioned. Pull out our smart tile. Where do we put it? Maybe... okay. Hey, sit still. You're not moving yet. Oh, okay. Here's what we'll do. Let's take this off. Let's place this down here. Yeah. I know. And then let's actually take some of these tiles. That's too big. Okay, you've lost your speaking privileges. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but no, I guess not. Sounds like there's a Discord sound happening in the background. I can't tell if that's my Discord or if I'm hearing things. I'm kind of thinking we do this to give that illusion of slope again. Like that. And then what if we do some of these? Yeah, you're not moving. Stop it. That's gonna get annoying real fast. What if we grab a couple of these pieces? build some sort of cover rig. You're not moving. Bit. Grab two. Okay, so I'm building two plates with two of these little curved elements. Shush. I'm gonna grab another one of these. I think it went like this orientation. Yes. Pop that on there. Oh, uh-oh. I forgot about... Nope, it can't be that. Yeah. So, this is an annoyance of the smart brick. Its insistence on moving and making noises. Does that work? Well, okay, so that raises our cockpit too much. But that's kind of fun. No shootability yet, but we could get there. That's decently well tucked in there. It's just too tall. So, let's remove this whole assembly and see if we can't drop it down. I think we're 2 plates too tall. So let's take our 2 plates off the bottom of this and let's see if we can't get in here and drop this down 2 plates. Oh, maybe not. Because this is here. We drop it down 1 plate. But that is still... How much is that 1 plate's worth? No, that's 2. Okay, we were 2 plates too tall. Yikes. How was it originally? It originally had this and this. I had these. Oh, and this was... Oh, wait. Have I forgotten about... No, it's right there. This was originally back there. So the smart brick actually maybe can't go there. What if we remove these entirely? And... what if we're able to take these tan pieces out here? The hazard of using a brick separator here. If I can separate this whole back section. This whole thing weaker, but that's okay. There are so many things holding in place. I actually don't know how to... So we're using the brick separator. I know these things. But there's enough plates holding this in place. I actually don't think we need the Technic functionality. If we pull these plates off as well, I believe that's everything good. Yep, pull that off. Okay, so now we remove this. We remove those Technic bricks completely. Side note, this looks cool as heck. Has like a really lean little TIE Fighter. That's super cool. And then this will all go back. We have to find a way of attaching it. So we'll pull these off. This is where our smart hole is. pieces really are not well aligned. That's okay. Okay, smart brick in place. Oh no, now I have way too many pieces. Let me go back to where this connected. Here it is. Yeah, I pulled apart too many pieces. That's fine. Let's reassemble. There were on the bottom side. These. I think that's normal. Grab by this. Pop in place. Oh, look at this. We're going to have smart play and spring-loaded shooters. That's sick. Oops, I shouldn't have put that in yet. And you know, maybe I should have built this in Bricklink Studio first. But we do it for the love of the game. We do it live. Right? Yep, good. I took way more parts off than I needed to. Yep, cool. Did all that. Okay. So now this slots in. That's gonna make a noise. Ah! Okay, that's something. Oh, let's put this back in place. Let's just swap this out for a 1x4 in dark bluish gray. Shush, you're not moving. We'll pop this on here. Shush. This sideways. This is where the important connection ports will happen. One goes there. One goes there. And I think we add... That's it, huh? Okay, then this has to affix to this somehow. Am I really just gonna block this whole thing up? I think I might. If I just put this over this, still I'm short of one stud. Well, let's use this flat piece here. No, let's use like a 1x3 plate or something. Cover that like that. Attach this on here. Then we can put this back here. That's gonna get real annoying real fast. And then this can go on here. I think I'm gonna pull these off. Yeah. Scary. Let's pull this whole assembly. Oh, that's rougher than I wish it was. Pull these out. And then we burn the tile with a passion undying. Thank you. Whew. This somehow. No. What am I doing wrong here? What are we doing here? Okay. We do something with this. And let's add, whoa! Add another one of these. We're getting a little fast and loose here with things, stuff and things. Can I grab another 2x2 tile in that color? Yeah. There we go. I'm wondering if I can make this like pick upable so that it's easy to remove instead of or easy to get to the smart brick, because I don't really want to build it deep within. Okay. Our smart brick is here. Really well in there. Rats. Well, just knock out. That's the lightsaber. That's fine. I've seen a trick to get these out that involves maybe a couple of these, because these have more clutch power than your average brick. Well, but not enough, it seems. Ah, you can push on it from the bottom. Just need a... I really had 2 coins sitting there the whole time. That's fun. Okay, here's our brick. So then the idea is that this smart tag here pops in like this. That definitely needs more support, but get there when we get there. Oops, I put it one too far forward. Good toss. Pop this here. Then this whole thing slides in. Clicks into place. And now this raises and lowers decently. It is a little fragile, but that's okay. I wonder if I have enough anti-tiles here. Oh, what if I took two jumpers and pop them down? Can I? 1 and 2. Yeah, good. There's those. Then this goes in here. Yeah. But then this is easily removable as well. I really need to find a better way of bracing this. Probably from the underside. Then this slides over the top. And did we do it, or are we one plate off? I think we're one plate off. Let me test that theory. We're just doing Lego math here. Yeah, so that connects better. But I don't really want that to connect better. So I kind of want to put an anti... Oh, that's why my tiles are here. I grabbed the wrong container. I know I have at least some anti-tiles. We'll use this one for the moment because it's what we have. But you aren't moving. So we slide this. Oh dear. Well, we're struggling. Why are we struggling? I hope that noise isn't too annoying to you, because it is to me. No, that's too much. Too much thickness. I think it's best to just not. And then, if I put something here, is it going to recognize this as a blaster? Yep, yep. Do I care about that, though? Kind of not really. Okay. Pull it off. Pull this off. So now we're really only being held on actually by this. Do I have 2x4 tiles I can use? Yes. Ooh, I don't even know what these tiles are for. But they look very TIE Fighter-y. They oppose each other? Yes. Excellent. That gives us way more stability. I do kind of want to try to make the... I wish I could turn off the smart brick. But basically there's that, and then you just pull this off, and you can pull your smart brick out. Does that make sense? I hope so. I hope you can still hear my voice over the screeching sounds. But basically, you have this whole assembly. Actually, if I have any anti-tiles, anti-tiles in here that aren't tan. All I have is tan ones, so I guess we'll make it colorful. Maybe we remove this. Ouch, chipped a nail. That's fine. If I can remove that, maybe I can add some studs, some tiles here. Oh, I need a... Okay, let's just do this for now. Pop that in there, and pop this over it, attach it there, this, oh no, this loses some very important stability. Well, maybe we do this, and then we add a 2x2. Because see, this is the interesting thing about modding for Smart Play, is that it's intended for kids. So it really has to be stable. There we go. That lifts just fine. Closes just fine. I am curious if we put Darth Vader in here. You can't see my face, but I'm very excited he made the noise. Okay, so we have Darth Vader in the cockpit. We pull that out. That is what it is. Turn off. There we go. We'll drop this in here. No? Okay. Can I get it to do the, like, dun 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 thing? Shush. I'm literally holding it so that it will be quieter. That made the noise. Okay. I feel like I could use some stability on the... There we go, he did the thing. I feel like I could use some stability on the underside here. let's use 2x2 plates because I have them. Hey, he talks. That's very sturdy. There's some gapping here in the back on the underside of this, but I actually think that that's present in the original. He's not doing the whoa. I don't know, maybe his functionality isn't working, but there we go. We have now retrofitted a 2009 TIE Fighter to be SmartPlay compatible, except for the shooting feature, but that's fine. For my own sanity, I'm going to pull this out, and actually I'm going to pull the tile off as well, because we're not done yet. The other thing that I want to do is there is a pre-existing mod for this set, the 2026, that closes up the back here. Let me see if I can find it on my iPad real quick. I definitely had it open on Rebrickable. Here's upgraded SmartPlay. This actually wasn't the one that I was looking at. Oh, so this is significantly bigger. So I think this is the one that I was looking at. Lack of dark gray on the front. Really? Lack of dark gray on the front. Hang on. That doesn't really bother me. This requires the Millennium Falcon side build. So let's go in here. Let's go into alt builds. These are the only two that are listed as alt builds. The thing is that I really only want to use the parts for this. Although I guess I do have a Millennium Falcon. Oops, nope. So what do we think of this? Let me turn this down and we can check out the video that he made. You should absolutely go check out his own video. Oh, he's very Scottish. What I'm concerned about is if I try to build this without the modifications in the... because I just want to build this back piece. If I try to build the bit in the back... How different are we? We're not that different, actually. So I think we could still achieve this. I don't think it's any taller or anything like that. So pop this back in here. Let's give it a try. View building instructions. Nope, I don't want to view the YouTube video. Oh, they're only visible through the YouTube. Oh, hang on, there's an ad. Is there the actual building instructions? Oh, it's a YouTube. It's the actual YouTube video that you're basically following along with. I don't care about modifying the front. I mainly care about modifying the back. Okay, I guess we're following along with the YouTube video. That's fine. Please go check out, this is Big B Alt Builds, Reviews, and More. Please go check out his YouTube video because we're following along with it here. I suppose. Oh no, the front. Okay, he's working on the front area. No, I should be following along with this exactly. But I don't want to be listening to it. So we're going to turn that off. Oops. Okay. So we're taking this whole front piece off. Got that. Pulling these off. And take a 2x4 plate. This is really going to be putting my my organization to the test here. In the center. Nope, off to one side. Remove. Oh, I see. Oh, I don't see. Pulling all this off. Putting these back on here. Grab another 1x4. Oh my gosh, imagine doing like a speed build of this kind of thing. Like following along with a Bob Ross painting. Okay, I don't know that that was necessary, but that's fine. Reattach that to the top. Sure, why not? I might revert that back later. No, okay, we are fully. Hang on, let me grab my. I might have this poly bag that I can use to. Yes, I do. I have multiple of this poly bag. So you know what? Let's use the parts from it. And follow along. So I'll put back these two 2x4s. So I'll find my own. Okay, opening up 30708 Millennium Falcon. And we won't be using these. No, we'll be using that. So just to redo what we just did. Do this and do this. And add back this and add back these. Like I said, I'm not a huge fan of that, of adding just these dark gray pieces. So we might come back to that. But now I'm going to remove one of these. And remove one of these. And that curved piece is already in. Okay, he accidentally popped it out. We'll put our remaining pieces over here. Okay. I'm mostly just looking to cover up the back here. So there's one and one. Sure. The interesting thing about this is that he's talking in the Scottish accent, so I now have a Scottish accent in my head. I don't want to be disrespectful here. Okay. Two of these. Stack them one off of each other. Ooh, my neck had to crack. Three of these. Okay. Four of these. Okay. Oh, actually, no, he says. Wait, so this goes like this. I want this like this. I want this like this. Right? Did I get that right? And there's still two of these in here? Yes. Well, hang on. Oh no, they're all in line like this. Yes. Oh my goodness, there's an ad. Covering that up because I am absolutely not sponsored by Ray-Ban or Meta or AAA, nor do I have any desire to be sponsored by any of those companies. Okay. Put this on. Pop this on. Wait, what was that? Was that a 1x2? Yep. Okay. And another one. Okay. Taking this back. Take this bad boy back. BBB. And we're just cornering them. Okay. Yeah, that seem right? Oh no. Okay. Okay. Wait. Oh, hang on. So that's this piece like this. And this. What? Did I build this back? No, I didn't. Okay. One like this. One like this. I don't know why this is so hard for me to like spatially conceptualize. And these go back here. I cannot, to be fair, I cannot imagine building something like this live. Like this in an unedited video. This man is very brave. These, kind of, what I know will be many of these. How we do it on camera? Okay, cool, cool. And then surely we need another one under here, right? Oh, I'm a genius. Following along nicely. That is going to cover that up quite lovely. Okay, I'm on board, sir. Before you had my interest, now you have my attention. of these. Pop that there. Ingots. Yeah, this would be a fun challenge, actually, to build along with somebody building live, but you can't pause. And you just have to kind of figure it out. This is also nice scribbling here. I hope that this is still viewable to my friends who are viewing vertically. Oh, hang on. I know I said that this was a good challenge, but I didn't say I was up to it. Ooh, I like it. Okay, grabbing our smart brick, adding it into here, and then is it blissfully off? I'm not gonna wake it up. Let me pop this onto here. Ooh, it's not exactly as stable as I'd like it to be. But there we go. Now we have our... Wake up. Okay. He's awake. Okay, this is much less swooshable. She's thick. She's very thick. It kind of makes me want to add an extra piece up that helps with the controlling of this. Okay, cool. Thank you to that. Thank you to this. So, these are all the rest of these Millennium Falcon pieces. If you would like to follow along with the beginning of that video, again, just to recap, that was his name? Big B Alt Builds, Reviews, and More is the YouTube channel, and also on Rubricable. So we now have two different versions of a Smart Play compatible Darth Vader's TIE Advance. Here was my version, in which you pop this whole assembly off. Well, first off, here's his version, where you have this. It's very well assembled, so like it's more sturdy than play focused. So I guess to pop it off, maybe you push there, then you could pull this out, and there's your smart. So then, when we reassemble this like this, you actually have a little bit more of a TIE Fighter. But it's so thick and chunky. I don't know if you can see that from up there. I can't get it to focus, unfortunately. But while it looks good from the front, it doesn't taper quite right in the back because it has to accommodate the smart brick inside. We have to leave this big gaping hole. Versus this one, we pop our smart brick in here. Then we, ideally we don't have this necessarily buried, but we pull our smart tile out and we pop that right there. And then we pop this whole assembly onto there. Oh, we'll compare these like this. This one still retains its sleekness in the back. Still has its swooshability here. Does not have its gun firing feature, but that's okay. It's kind of obnoxious anyway. I wonder if there's a way that you could sub out some of this, so when you go to fire these flip-fire missiles, you can make the blaster noises, because that would be cool. But there we basically are with that. I kind of think that that's what I wanted to experiment with here. We now have two different options. I might try to make a short out of this, because I've been working on shorts that are smart playifying some modern, actually some older sets rather. So if I can work out how I built this, I don't... Oh, I jostled the table a little bit. Sorry. If I can figure out how I built this again, then I'll make a video about that. But for now, I think that's going to do it. If you have any questions, please leave comments below. I am quite happy with both of these. I think I will be taking this apart because okay. You've lost your speaking privileges, Smart Brick. There we go. Blissful silence. I think I'm going to take this apart because as much as I like this in theory, I actually think that they might have made the right call here. Oh, and there's this up top as well. Because leaving the big hole in the back means that it's very... it retains its sleekness, which is something that's kind of important to this set in particular. And if you are accommodating the Smart Brick and also are trying to cover it all up, it gets too thick. And I wonder if that was the designer's thought process when they built this set and why it is the way it is. Oops, I've broken a wing off. In general, review of both of these sets in comparison, some things I like about each. I like the scale of the original. I like this printed piece up top. I like the flick fire missiles. I think they're fun. I think that the shaping along through here looks really nice. So it really feels like it gets narrow before the wings come out. This profile feels good. It feels a little tall, I think. If you're just looking at it like this, I feel like this section is a little bit too tall versus this section is a little bit better. Hey, Randucci, how's it going? I'm making monstrosities here. We're looking at this is the 2026 Smart Play set. What did I do with this? With the what did I do with this thing? Yeah. So this goes in here. Where's my brick? Here's my awful sound brick. This goes in here, flies around, does a little blaster sound. Very silly. And so I was like, oh man, how could we do something with this? I'm trying to make this something going. You know, Michaela is actually not watching for once, which is makes me very sad, of course. But she is out with her mother today. They're having a lovely little girls' day out for this lovely weekend. And so I'm here building Lego alone in my house by myself instead, which is good time. I hate this. I do the swoosh. I don't need technology to do it for me. No, you're right. You're right. Something that was funny was that I showed it to some of my coworkers, and they all were like super cool with it. They all thought it was like the coolest thing. I will say the voices are very funny. So here's my smart Darth Vader with his little bitty tiny cape. Say a thing again. Do it. Yeah, well, never mind. And so anyway, so what I've done is made something even worse for you, which is I took the TIE Advanced from 2009 and I made it Smart Play compatible. So now you can pull this out, this little tile, and you can pop it down here. Then you can pop the brick in here. It will make horrible noises and lights for you. Ooh, you can actually take the smart Darth Vader. Marketing use. Ooh. Oh no, he started to play the Imperial theme. Do it again. Yeah. Marketing use of a smart brick implies the consumer is dumb. That's so fair. Because the opposite of a smart brick is a dumb brick, right? And so I built this little assembly here that then slots this over, locks this in here, and now we've turned a set from 2009 Smart Play compatible, which is so silly and absurd. I probably won't keep it this way, but I did. And so then the other thing that we did as well is I found a gentleman named Big B on Rebrickable who made a modification for the Smart Play set using using this, the Millennium Falcon polybag. And so we're pulling extra parts from that. We built this for the back, excuse me, and then this pops on here and covers up the giant gaping hole in the back, which I'm... Shush. That's so silly. I don't know how I feel about, but I do think it's fun that you can move these wings like this. I think it's fun that you can kind of see through the cockpit. This set in general, I think I like. I think the modification I won't keep because it gets too chonky. He's a thick boy. I'm sure modders will find ways to change the sounds of the bricks and stuff. So you know this was actually a video idea that I had, which was because this doesn't store any sounds on it. What it does is this NFC, I guess they're NFC, but the smart tags are a set of instructions. This has a synthesizer inside of it, and when you attach them, the smart tag tells the smart brick what sounds to make. Oh, we made a little hands TIE Fighter. If I go like this, it'll shoot sounds, maybe? Yep, there it is, there it is. And if I go like this, it'll fuel up with water. Yep, there it is. And if I go like this, it'll make clanking noises. A real clanker. So anyway, so my thought was, okay, what if I could find a way to hack into it and make, since it has a synthesizer inside of it, what if I could write music intended for the smart brick and get it to play some stuff? But it is currently locked in, so it's encrypted. The language that they use to communicate is encrypted, and no one's figured out how to break it yet. But you best believe as soon as that encryption is broken by somebody much smarter than I am, I'm gonna I'm gonna make some cursed things. I really want to make smart figures for other themes, like make some smart Ninjago figures or some smart Bionicle sets. I don't know, I'm just looking around at some of the sets that I have lying around. Let's make some smart Lego Batman sets, some smart Lord of the Rings, why not? Yeah, the sound effect is awful. It's not great. I will say it's better in person than it is over recording. And I don't know why, but I've softened a little bit on it. It really gets going if it's got a accelerometer or whatever in it. That being said, I've not really played with it. Because it is just silly, and everyone that I've talked to that I've shown this to in real life has been like, oh man, if I was a kid I would be super into this, and that's just the problem, is I don't know what kids think of this. These are the other bits of the set, by the way, that it comes with. So this is the refueling. This is how you're meant to refuel it, and then this is a little green Mjolnir. That is how you repair it. Sounds like you're choking a cat. Yes, it sounds like a screaming, like. It's pretty bad. I will say I'm excited for the Lego Pokemon sets that are coming out later this year that have the smart brick, and that's part of why I got this. Well, partially so that I could build it on a stream and do something interesting with it for this, but also because I want the Pokemon sets, and the cheapest Pokemon set that comes with a smart brick is more expensive. This is the cheapest set you can get a smart brick in, and it's $70. So, yikes. That's abysmal. Is this stuck on here? Yeah, there we go. Alright, so I think I'm gonna kind of... Unfortunately, buddy, you got here right as I was kind of wrapping up. So I'm probably not gonna be here for a whole lot longer. Although I do kind of want to show off a sneak peek at a thing that I've been working on. Now let me put my Darth Vader here back together. And I'll take this guy with me. So something that Michaela and I just recently acquired was... I'm taking the camera with me. Spoiler, behind the scenes moment, I film everything on my phone and I stream it that way. So, we're going to take both of these with us, and we're going to go on a quick little adventure. I'm going to not show off a whole lot of my apartment. Oh, I need a microphone. Gotta bring a microphone with me. We'll bring this one. Okay, here we go. We get to swoosh as if we're a smart TIE Fighter. Anyway, I just got this, which I'm very, very pleased with. Just as a big old display cabinet that's got a bunch of my... oh, there's me. Hello. So I've got my big gunship up here, my 2022 ATTE. Then here's my Empire shelf. You can see my windows in the back there, but that's okay. This is my Empire shelf. This is a mixed shelf at the moment. It's got books and the Ghost and the TIE Interceptor. Here's my Clone Wars shelf down here. And then my Mandalorian shelf down here. And I've got this as a new way to store all of my instruction manuals. There's the TIE Fighter. And then I've got just a bunch of minifigures all along this wall. So we're going to put our Darth Vader back where he belongs on the shelf. There we go. That'll kind of be in focus. And we're also going to open it up, because this is where I've been putting the TIE Advance, so you can see the little Vader inside. And I think that that's very fun. So there's those things. I'm going to close this up and come back to my computer. I'm going to cover this up again so you don't have to see the shame of my apartment being the way that it is. And we'll put this back up here. Oh, Star Rivers, amazing collection. Thank you very much. I'm glad you guys like it. That is, I'm very happy with that and how that has all come together. And then I also was recently given a bunch of sets from a friend that are over here, and I'm working on building. Here's I got the Rebels spears with Ahsoka and Ezra that I'm very excited about. Anyway, I'm not trying to do a flexing stream here, but I'm just showing off some fun things that I have recently acquired. Okay, maybe I'll disassemble this. The thing that I don't know, that I'm uncertain about with this, is that this is I don't really have a place for it. There's a reason it was disassembled, but now it is Smart Play compatible, so lucky us. Maybe I'll try to put those instructions somewhere. There we go. So yeah, I wish I had more stuff to do right now, because now I've got the two of you here, which is so much fun. But I think I've been going for a little while now, and I think I'm gonna have to call this one a day, which is a bummer, because I love hanging out with friends. But we'll find some. We'll hang out the next time, And thank you guys for coming by. So I will see you guys later. And for now, I'm going to break a bunch of stuff and call it a day. So, good night.